What's going on YouTube? Overwatch here, bringing you guys another deck profile. This time I have for you my 14th place Manchester Regional BAPK deck. Played 7 rounds, won 5, lost 2. Round 1 I played against Demise deck, I lost that round. Won round 2 against Ties of the Brethren Magispector, won round 3 against ABC, lost round 4 against ABC, won round 5 against Performer Pal or Die's Metal Foes. Round 6 I won against ABC, and round 7 I won against Demise Gemini. Deck overall was really good, really fun to play. Played just better than I expected overall. So yeah, let's get into the deck profile. Start off with, we run 1 copy of Tour Guide, 3 copies of our other Tour Guide and the 1 card to go with it, and 2 copies of Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Now, the 2 Fiendish Rhino Warriors, you don't normally see these being played in BAPK, you normally see these in pure BA. Played these 2 in here just as an extra copy of Seer and Graph, so I can get Seer and Graph out the deck as quickly as possible before I banish them with Pot of Desires. For my BAs, we play 3 Skarm, 3 Farfar, 1 Graph, 1 Seer, 1 Alec, 1 Cowcap, and 1 Barbar. That's 11 BAs altogether. Banished Seer once with Pot of Desires and banished Graph like 3 times with Pot of Desires. Better banishing Graph than it is Seer, because you want to be able to continuously Dante Seer loop. Barbarred for game, I think twice overall. That's it for the BAs. For the Phantom Knights, we have 3 of the boots, 2 of the cloak, and 1 of the gloves. Best ratio in my opinion, no need to change any of this. Standard ratio 3-2-1. I was considering running 2 of this just in case I banished it with Pot of Desires, but it didn't really matter. I decided to just cut down on 1 just to bring the deck size down a little bit, so I could see my anti-ABC cards just that little bit more often. For my anti-ABC cards, 3 Chaos Hunter and 3 Winter Cherries. Winter Cherries was absolutely amazing, same thing with Chaos Hunter. People were actually really surprised that I main deck 3 Winter Cherries. They were just like, wait, you main deck this? And I'm like, yeah, I thought this was standard now, playing 3 Winter Cherries, especially after Liverpool, when a lot of people were main decking 3 Winter Cherries to counter ABC. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, we play 3 copies of our Neg 9, because who doesn't like Neg 9s? Or our +2, if you are thinking of it that way. But yeah, on a serious note, this card is absolutely amazing. If you think this card is bad, then you are bad, and you should feel bad. To go with it, we play 3 copies of Allure Darkness. Once again, just sheer draw power. The amount of draw power you have is amazing. Being able to get to your Ghost Reapers just really quickly. Also, if you do end up with dead Ghost Reapers, you can always just allure them away. Allure Darkness has like great synergy with things like Chaos Hunter, Winter Cherries, and some of the cards I have in my side deck. Just if they are dead, then I can just banish them away and draw more cards. 3 copies of Twin Twisters, because we hate Demise decks. We also hate back row. Discarding Phantom Knights is also very useful. Double Mash Change 2. Dark Law, insane, no explanation needed. 1 Foolish Burial, because it's Foolish Burial, 1 Rotor to search our Phantom Knights. Now, for my tech card on Saturday, I played 1 copy of the Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch. Now, I only got to use this card once on Saturday. It was good when I used it, But apart from that, it was normally banishment bait with Pot of Desires. I mean, I'd rather banish this than banish a Seer. Used its graveyard effect once. For those of you who don't know what this card does, in generic terms, it just allows me to rank up into Evil Swarm Ophion. And its graveyard effect, I can banish it to attach a Phantom Knight monster to a Dark XYZ monster I control. It just, if I ever, the combo with this is, you also have to target a Dark XYZ monster that has no materials to rank up into Ophion. So you'd normally kill your Breaksword with a Boots and Gloves underneath of it, banish the Gloves, send a trap, banish the Boots, add this, banish the trap, summon the Breaksword, activate this on the Breaksword to rank it up into Ophion, and just walk your opponent out of summoning, well, special summoning level 5s or higher. Now, overall, I'd rather just play this than Vanity's Fiend in the main, because having Ophion on the field still allows me to make plays, and I also have like my traps to back up my Ophion, whereas with Vanity's Fiend, it's just, you both just kind of sit there and do nothing. You just kind of poke with a Vanity's Fiend, and because you can't summon your BAs because, of course, they just die. Your Gloves, your Boots, your Cloak, they all have like extremely low attack, so they aren't going to be beating over anything. You're just going to be slowly poking with a Vanity's Fiend. Whereas with the Ophion, you can still continue to make plays, special summoning Dantes and all that with your Phantom Knights, or summoning Chaos Hunter as well. It just allows you to make more plays rather than just sitting on a Vanity's Fiend and doing nothing. For the traps, I run 4 traps. 3 of the Fog Blade and 1 of the Sword. Just having the extra trap to be able to send to the grave and being able to banish 2 to summon out 2 Phantom Knights was really relevant. The gain 800 attack was also quite relevant. I equipped it to a Dark Claw, and I also managed to equip it to a Chaos Hunter. Making it a 3,300 Chaos Hunter is a pretty scary thing to try and get over. Yeah, they're all searchable, of course. I only wanted searchable traps because non-searchable traps going second are just bad in general. That's it for the main deck. 47 cards. Now 48. I only had 2 Pot of Desires for the day. Unfortunately, the 3rd Pot of Desires arrived on the Saturday I was there. So, sad times, but you have to make do with what you got. 2 Pot of Desires was still fine. I saw it often enough and sometimes managed to resolve 2 copies of it. For the extra deck, 1 Buster Dragon himself for the Cherries target, 1 Dark War for the Mass Change 2 target, 1 F-Zero, never made it, but good in theory. Ophion made it once. Dark XYZ Rebellion Dragon, I don't play the Requiem Dragon for the rank up because I only play 1 copy of the rank up. Plus I wanted the extra deck space for the Buster Dragon to use with the Cherries. 1 copy of Grand Pulse, 2 copies of Levier, 2 copies of Breaksword. Never made Virgil because my Beatrice never got destroyed. Rarely summoned this card actually. If I ever had a BA and a Chaos Hunter, I would rather sit on a Dante and Fogblade. So, the thing is, with Beatrice, if they open with Book of Eclipse and Twin Twister, then they Twin Twister your back row and Book of Eclipse your Beatrice, and you just sit and watch them summon Tsukiyomi Buster Dragon. Whereas with Chaos Hunter, when they make Tsukiyomi, you summon out your Chaos Hunter, and if they have that Book of Eclipse, then they have 3 options. They either activate the Book of Eclipse, setting your Chaos Hunter and their Tsukiyomi face down, meaning they don't get their Tsukiyomi effect, and you'll get a draw during the end phase. They they either ditch it with Tsukiyomi, or they set it and use it during your turn, at which you'll just flip it back up again and maybe get a few draws. So the Chaos Hunter guarantees that they won't be able to summon Buster Dragon. I say guarantees, it's like you just kind of have to hope they don't have another out to your Chaos Hunter. Whereas if they still have the Book of Eclipse, then they're just going to be able to put your Beatrice down and just make their plays. So I would rather have the Chaos Hunter and a Burning Abyss against ABC rather than make a Beatrice. For my final extra deck card, of course, we run the OG Triple Dante, because Dante is still milling cards since 2014. Dante is still good. Play 3 copies rather than 2 because I'd rather get more plus off the second Dante rather than have to start looping Dante's round once I get to the second one. Having the third allows me to just get more plus off of these two before I have to start looping Dante's. For the side deck, I run one Blue-Eye Spirit Dragon for a Cherries target. For my other card which synergizes with Allure Darkness, I have 3 copies of Raiden, multi-dimensional kaiju. I said the reason why I don't play Gamma Seal is because Gamma Seal is a water. This is a dark and it synergizes with my Allure Darkness. For my hand traps, the worst card in my side deck, Double Max C, never sided it in, was just bad. Like, there was no reason for me to side this in, I just had better cards to side against the decks I was facing. And even if I was playing against Phantom Knight BA, then Chaos Hunter and the Cherries are just better targets, because it means they just can't banish their Phantom Knights to get the traps. And of course, cherrying their Dante is just a blowout. One Ghost Reaper, this was good against ABC and the Metal Foes. Also for anti-ABC, 3 systems down for going second. I always decided the same when I was going second. Just a really good card overall. I system downed a board of Triple Buster Dragon because he failed to OTK me. 3 anti-spell for my first side deck traps. Decided this thing against Pendulum and ABC going second and going first. Decided this thing against ABC going first. Just kept this in against the Metal Foe Pendulum decks and kept it in against Demise decks as well. Finally I managed to get myself a hold of 2-dimensional barrier. Wish I had the 3rd copy, but get it soon, hopefully. Cherried the Buster Dragon, flipped this, declared XYZs, and he didn't really do much from there on in. This card is just so good. Didn't main deck it because it's not a searchable trap card. It's not a trap I can search and just kind of set whether I'm going. It's only good going first. Just drawing it when you're going second, it just doesn't help towards making monsters to get over your opponent's monsters, or just try to get over their traps. That's it for the main deck. For the actual deck itself, do leave a like and post a comment. Tell me what changes I could make to the deck. Still proving that BA are just too good. As long as this card still exists, I'm still going to be playing this deck. Like, this deck will just continue to live on whilst Dante is still a thing. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.